Hello, my name is Zhatelier and welcome back for another episode of E4 as Palembang. In previous episode we did actually finally manage to get our foothold in Java, so that actually got another mission for us. We do also now have more claims in here, which is actually going to be quite nice. And we can hopefully start pushing further west. Now we still don't, for the forming of Malaya, we don't have enough provinces. And we don't have the specific provinces, any of them yet. We'll start working on that. Of course, right now we are so much out of manpower that we're not quite ready for another war yet. But, well, we'll got another core done by the looks of it. So that's all the cores completed. We don't need to do any further than that right now. I'm going to save other points so we can get up to date with the admin tech. At least catch up a little bit at the admin tech. Because we've been spending a lot of time. Right, so did... oh, right, yeah, Spain is still fighting the war against Langfang. Not very successfully, I might add. Foreign plots. Oh, you know what? I'll take the money. I will gladly take the money. Which, that means that we can actually... No, we can't pay off the loans yet. But we're getting closer, at least. And that's... once we start reducing the deficit, that would be quite nice. Got one more naval equipment manufactory underway as well, but that should be alright. Oh, now we could actually pay... Oh, the beginning of fire. Oh, dear. Madang loses 2 base production. Actually, where is Madang? Oh, down here. Okay, well, it can't lose 2 base production. It can't go to -1. So we don't actually lose anything. We just get the devastation, but that's alright. It'll go down over time. Oh, because it produces spies, the devastation goes down. Oh, okay, that's actually good to know. There we go. Now that the manpower situation is, or the manpower deficit rather, is solo fixed. We got our last colony done, so now we need to figure out which provinces do we want to start developing. I think what we'll start with is starting to develop some of the provinces that are close to getting another bill slot. Preferably in things that are more in the Indonesia rather than Australia, because eventually we'll be transferring our capital again. Actually, this might not be a bad one. Palu. Get 2 development in there. Once that's up to 10 development, we'll start doing some other stuff. So sure, it's a bit more expensive for us still, but that's not too bad. We should be able to then... oh yeah, there we go, 7 ducats already. Because the maintenance has gone down a lot, and let's go ahead and pay off one of the loans. It doesn't leave us with a whole lot of extra cash reserves right now, but the income is starting to improve quite drastically now. And we control all of Australia, which actually does mean that these 2 marine units... we could just turn this into a, you know, like I don't know, another 10 marines total. We've got the 25 marines still sitting in here, which aren't really doing too much. These are protecting trade. How much do we have room for navies right now? We do actually have room for a little bit more. Of course, we don't have money to build any more navies currently, but we should have some soon enough. Because we still got 3 more loans to pay off. Ooh, exceptional year. Ooh. Getting a bit of base tax wouldn't be bad. I have no idea where that province is, so let's have a look. Oh, it's at the, Capricornia. Alright then, well, that would be... 2 base tax in there. We've got a temple in there, so that wouldn't be too bad. Oh yeah, sure, we'll do that. It also gives a bit more force limits and whatnot, so I think that's totally fine. There we go. The reinforcement cost has gone down drastically, so that's not too bad anymore. We're starting to get a bit more money. It's the, well, the privateering in Zanzibar hasn't really improved that much yet. Ooh, we can get the Diplotech now. Let's do that. That's, oh, right, that gives us the, 2-deckers. Oh, wait, Trabagol. Oh, right, so that's a new transport ship. And we can build stock exchanges. Ooh. Well, the next, oh, that's got to give us the advanced casus bellis. So we can do the imperialism wars. Although, since we got the war against the world casus belli, that's basically the same as imperialism anyway. Functionally, anyway. Ooh, let's do a bit of raiding in here. We'll also go out and get a few more frigates for Zanzibar. And we'll do the raiding. Oh, that's another 100 ducats. And another 76 ducats. We're going to fund our... Oh, right, actually, didn't we have the big fleet over here that we wanted to do raiding with? Yeah, we did. Okay, let's have a look at the privateer opportunities in here. That's 141. Yeah, we can pay off the loans a lot faster this way. We've already got almost enough for another loan repayment. Oh dear, we lost a general. Well, we did have the extra general at least available. It's got 2 siege pips, which is not too bad, actually. Right, and then we'll go out and raid that. We don't need to go up there. We could raid Palembang. No diplomatic insult from Bali. Well, that's a bold move. So, well, let's just say that I'm kind of planning on destroying you soon enough. Well, there's another 160 ducats, so let's go ahead and pay off another loan. It's going to get us to 14 ducats per month income. Another 70 ducats there. Well, actually, we can go all the way around to India as well. Here we go, another 28 ducats. I guess we'll go to Arakan Coast next, because we can get that one from there as well. One bit less button to click. Another 50 ducats, so we almost have another 500 ducats already. That's 600 now. Oh, that was pretty good. Harvest failure, oh dear. And that's another 100 ducats, so let's go ahead and pay off another loan. After that, we'll go ahead and get another workshop somewhere. Oh yeah, US going to be pretty good. Then we're going to go to Ceylon Sea. Rate that, and I suppose there's a little bit around Kilwa, but not too much, so we'll just go ahead and send these ships back into here. I'll be able to upgrade some of those eventually. Actually, speaking of which, I suppose, how much is it going to cost for us? 500 ducats to upgrade all of these galleys. It might still be worth it, though. It might be worth it, because the galleys are what is keeping us safe. Okay, so Spain did lose the war. But that happened a while ago. Well, at least they didn't win. Maybe they just wiped peace or something. I do wonder, if I was to declare war on Bali, I mean, that would still be Banja and Luwu. Actually, that... Wait, how do we have this many transports in here? Has that just combined all the transport fleets? Probably. Okay, well, you know what? I'm just going to split that in half. Actually, no, we need to have one for 35 ships. The other one can be the 26 ships to transport the Marine Army. We'll get the Marines from here. We'll get that ready to do a bit of fighting in... probably Bandra first. Or Luwu, I don't know which one. Hey! Palo's base manpower increase. Good. How much... okay, we got... Ooh. There's 25% chance of getting one of these. I mean, that's not bad. That's really not bad of getting extra development. And getting that extra manpower is actually quite handy. Yeah, if we can annex Bali, we can take a bit of provinces from Luwu and annex Bandra. That would already be pretty good. And naval improvements expired. Okay, so we won't get the naval or Diplotex as cheap anymore. But we did already get the good stuff from there anyway. So I'm not too concerned about that. Oh, right, we could actually go and increase the trust between us and our vassal again. That should be another 2% off from the Liberty side. They are still quite, you know, rebellious in a way, but I suppose the opinion is not too bad. Yeah, they're still a bit disloyal, but, you know, we'll get that sorted out eventually. No, actually, we don't even need this army in here. I'm going to get this into Sunpit. Other than, I suppose there's... well, no, the Intrapura is not too bad, and that's... well, we did the conversion there already, didn't we? No, we haven't converted that one here, so that's why there's a bit of unrest, but even then, there's the separatism is going to be gone soon. There's a bit of the intolerance, we might actually still keep that going. Devastation is at least going down. But yeah, with this army, we should be able to then just take over Bandra quite easily. First fight the army there, and then go for siege of Bandra itself. That reminds me, we've got the heavy fleet in here, so let's go ahead and exchange the heavier ship up here. We'll get to Java Sea. We can rate a bit of coastline there. That's another 22 ducats. So we still got a little bit of a deficit of, well, we've got one loan. It's about 500 ducats, or 550 ducats plus interest. So we're not quite there yet, but I think that's not too bad. And we're going to go ahead and get the Marines from here. And prepare down there. I might actually go ahead and just send in a couple of the artillery from here. For the Marine Army. And then move in the fleet back here. So that way the Marines will actually have some artillery to support them. Because otherwise they are going to be a bit vulnerable. Oh, we've got economic ideas. I'm not going to take that one yet. I need to get the admin text first. There we go. We have got the troops now. So I suppose, yeah, if we just keep a bit of a fleet outside here. Now let's just double check. That goes through the Strait of Lombok. And Strait of Lombok. So if we just keep a fleet in Strait of Lombok, Bali can't do anything. We'll keep them in check there for a while. We'll just go ahead and separate a couple ships over here. We'll upgrade these. I'll give them, I don't know, 2 months maybe repair a little bit. We can then park them in the straits in here. Maybe actually 3 months. Oh, well, we'll keep the current leader. He's a pretty good one. Get some more points, and yeah, we're getting pretty good. Oh, and there's a truce with Spain ending. Again. Are they going to try to attack us again? I wouldn't be surprised if they did. But they would lose another war that way. As soon as we get over 50%, we can probably just... well, actually, yeah, we'll wait 1 more month. Smugglers. It's fine. We'll lose a bit of income, but I'm not too concerned about that. I'd rather not pay a whole lot of money for it currently up front. But yeah, we're starting to have a decent bit of armies, and we could just blockade them in here. With 10 ships, that should be enough to keep the Bali's fleets... oh, well, there's Spain again. Okay, are they trying to go... Yeah, they want to take Cebu again. Well, it's a good thing that we have this fleet in here. And that does mean that the wars over here are going to have to be delayed a little bit. I'm actually going to go ahead and separate the extra 5 ships from here. Required to transport the Marine Army as a whole. But did you... Oh, you got... Right, never mind. First of all, let's not have that be part of the transport. There we go. And now we can go ahead and transport that as a whole into the Philippines. And we should be able to siege down a lot of that. So, they've still got a decent bit of fleet. We, of course, do have the fleets in Zanzibar, which I'm going to go ahead and... I don't know, they'll stay there. That is kind of what our money is dependent on right now. They've got a tiny fleet in here from one of the colonies, but that's not going to be a huge issue. We've got the heavy fleet in here, which I suppose I'm just going to go ahead and get back into Manila Bay. I suppose in this war we will be taking some of the Philippines now for ourselves. Let's kind of pre-plan a little bit in here. So at least these, maybe we'll just take these islands for ourselves. Oh, that's a coalition of Spain. Okay. And then after that, well, I don't know, we'll take some money. We won't actually go too far out here. Or too far into the war because... or too heavy on the war goal, rather. Or the peace deal, rather. Okay, New Granada's got a bit of an army in here. How's their Miltech? I mean, they've probably got 22, I presume. Yeah, they got 22. We got 21, but we will have 22 soon. They got a small fleet over here. Do we have... Right, this is just a transport fleet. This is a smaller galley fleet, which could probably just go ahead and push back that one. Or we could send in the big fleet, which actually probably needs to get the leader in charge again. Go ahead and engage that. Yeah, there we go. It was actually the light ships that got there first. Do a bit of raid coast. I'll get back to Manila a bit. Oh, actually, I'll do a raid coast over here. That's another 78 ducats. That's good. Actually, we should probably also slow down slightly while we wait for things to happen. So we can go ahead and start island hopping here for a little while. That already stops most of the troop movements that they can do over here. As soon as we get the... well, especially once we start getting more of the islands in here, we'll probably focus on the southern island first, and then start going up north afterwards. And then we have the other army over here, which is... actually, we can just bring that over as well, can't we? Yeah, we'll get to Cebu, and then we'll move that outside, or out of there eventually. Or the army can then start island hopping northward, or northwest rather, from there. Are they fighting any other wars right now? No, it's just us. Alright then. We'll get the Miltech soon. That should give us the chances of fighting a bit better again. We're making a decent bit of money as well. Should be able to pay off the loan soon. Let's get the armies to Panay. And then, yeah, the Granada's got a bit of an army there, but we should be able to... Oh, Malacca sent another gift to Spain. Damn you, Malacca. I mean, I suppose I might be privateering quite a bit of income, so I understand why you're a bit upset. It doesn't mean that I agree. I'm going to get this army, all the fleet down here. And that is the island of Panay. Siege down. Let's get to Mindoro. There's not a huge army of New Granada over here, but it's still something that might defeat us if we're not careful. So siege down on some of the islands first, and then we can push further from there. So far, no sign of the enemy fleets, but of course it's going to take a while for them to sail around Africa anyway. Oh, and we lost an admiral. Alright, let's get a new one. You know what? 3540, I'll take it. Oh, we can actually upgrade... I'm going to upgrade this fleet first before paying off the loan. Because that fleet being up to date is going to be more beneficial for us. That's another province siege down. We will have a bit of Catholic zealots apparently somewhere. Where's that going to be? It's easier to... It's probably easier to just check on these... yeah, it's somewhat on these islands, I guess. Oh, yes, there's the 2 that we got from Portugal. Not going to be the problem. I do actually wonder, so we are up to date on tech. Diplotech right now, so we could potentially embrace another culture. Question is, which one? And still, weather wouldn't be too bad. But if we become an empire, which we're not too far off from actually, then we'll be getting that already. So it's probably best to not take that, and instead we got the Panam and Portuguese already. Could get the Kuriks. That would be another Aboriginal. You know what? Sure, we'll do that. And also, what we'll probably do is we'll actually spend a bit of the points to more development. There we go. Well, that's one development more, but hey, it's a bit more gold. Actually, it's almost 90 ducats per month from gold income now. That ain't too shabby. Actually, we're going to go ahead and get the... The port's going to be there, so I'm going to get these two uppy. Actually, rather, we'll just sail directly to Tate, and then we'll go ahead and get the ships into Butuan, or the other fleet to Butuan. Get these to Cebu, and then let's have a look at the... Oh, we're going to get the admin tech now, sure. That's the furnace unlock and the production efficiency goes up a little bit. Well, the next idea group would be unlocked there. But we haven't really done too much ideas currently. We've been trying to catch some of the techs, and it's been a slow progress, but we have made a decent progress overall there. Alright, so let's get the troops into here. We can start moving towards Samar. Oh, they're moving in. In fact, I'll go ahead and transport these into Cebu. Yeah, now they decided, you know what, no, we don't want to actually go there. But there we go, 60,000 men, that should be enough to keep them disinterested in combat with us. All the time being, anyway. We'll have the cartridge reacher soon, so that should allow us to get the better artillery and be up to date in tech, at least for a brief moment. There we go, all those 2 have been seized down. I guess at this point, I'm gonna leave the Marines be the front runners over here, actually. So that the regular troops don't take as much attrition, so we save up on manpower. Yeah, so far, no sign of the enemy fleets. Of course, we do know overall that the Spanish do still have about 100 ships, of which 21 are heavies, and they've got 47 light ships, 2 galleys, and some transports. Then, of course, the vassals have, all colonies have a decent bit as well, but nothing massive. So it should be mostly... Oh, right, we renewed the loan. Right, I suppose I did start upgrading the fleet over here, which is almost up to date now. That should be fairly strong fleet for sure. And there's the cartridge. We'll be 6 years ahead of time, and we'll go out and get the better artillery. So actually, I'm going to go with the horse artillery. But now we're up to date in tech, so at least they are less likely to attack us, I suppose. Get the troops in here and start pushing soon into the... or start assaulting the fortress Tondo. Or rather, sieging it down. Might have to fight a 25,000 New Grid Island army outside of it. But that's doable. Let's wait for the morale to be sorted out first. For these armies before we go in. Also, oh, right, the Catholic Zealots. I mean, how bad is the unrest in those provinces? Not really all that bad. It's going to go ahead and increase the autonomy to make that rebellion not happen. So there's one less thing for us to worry about. And there we go, that's another province seized down. Let's get the troops in here. We'll be over the force limit briefly, but we'll go ahead and start the combat. Oh, truce with Langfang ended. I don't know. Well, I suppose we did have a truce with them, didn't we? Due to the war against Ayutthaya. Which that ended a while ago. There we go. This is going to be a victory for us. They got the high discipline. But we got the numbers. And I suppose we'll get the Marines go... Ooh, actually... We'll leave the artillery in here. We'll take the Marines. And we'll go ahead and do a quick little landing with them into Manila. Get these in Manila Bay, and then we should be able to land quite easily. And in the meanwhile, we can do the naval barrage down here, so that's up to 7% already from the get-go. That's not too shabby. Not losing quite a bit of money currently, mostly for the... Oh yeah, it's the army, or the reinforcements are 40 targets per month right now. So hopefully not going to be for too long. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine in due time. Still no sign of the enemy fleets. So we'll just keep on sieging. Ah, there we go, Manilha's been sieged down. We'll keep this as a reserve. Oh, wow. 73 days only. Well, that was rather quick. Get the army down here. We'll get the Marines to sort of push from the other flank. We'll start heading... We'll slowly start sieging down the stuff, and we'll probably, once we siege down these two provinces, we'll do the fight against New Granada's army again. They have reduced the numbers. Actually, you know what? We'll march in there. With the Marines, we should take a river crossing. The mountains, of course, are still a bit of a problem. Ah. Flores. You know what? I'm going to quarantine the province. It does cost us 50 admin points, which we can't really afford to lose, but at the same time, it might be the lesser of two evils. And the mountain combat over here did turn to our advantage. Ooh, strict drill master. And then better discipline. We'll go ahead and seize them, or chase them down. Gonna be hills where they defend, but that, well, that's attack wipe. Right, so that's the armies defeated in here, at least. We've got quite a bit of work to do to actually get the siege, or the peace deal that we want. Right now, if we clear the, well, if we don't take the money, that's still, yeah, way beyond what they're willing to give me. Well, I suppose at least we are winning the war, so to speak. Ah, right, I did want to get this a few more Marines, didn't I? Get that to at least 5 Marines, and then we're going to use a small fleet to go and conquer those, I'll siege down those islands again. Careening, I'm going to say the durability, yes. I never know when our fleets are going to be in combat, and I want to make sure that they can take as much beating as possible before they sink. Printing press, oh, okay, sure. And that's another province siege down. Let's get the Marines to siege down the other one, and then the regular army can just probably get into Tondo. Get these troops. Oh, protection of commerce. Ooh, trait steering goes up, and light ship combat ability goes up. Well, I don't mind that one bit. And how is the colony in Palu? I mean, still 9 development. They should be improving. Guess we'll get the other fleet of transports. You know what? Stay there for now. Get these troops back out of there. Into something where they were supposed to be. Oh, Langfang is fighting against... Who are you actually fighting against? Lu, Bali, Bandra, and Barao. That's quite a battle they are doing there. And then it's Sunda and Langfang. Okay. Oh, well, Bali's been sieged down by Sunda already. Okay. Yeah, they're doing a landing in there. Luckily, I can't... Oh, lucky for them, I can't intervene in that. At least not against Sunda. Because my fleet would wreck them. Right, there we go. Oh. In Kor and Panay. Sure. Okay, that's a bit of a surprise. Yeah, we'll get these Marines out of here as well. We'll get them to Manila. We'll get this fleet in there. We'll get those to Luwu. So I still want to... Right, it was Bandra that I wanted to fight? Or Bali? Why is this war about anyway? Sundanese Luwu on Nationalist War. Oh, they got the Diplo 23, do they? Yeah, they do. So they've got the Nationalist Castle Belly. Gift to the state. Ooh. I'm going to take the money so we can pay off the loan faster. But yeah, Langfang is not having a good time there, so they might get to... Ooh, actually, Barao takes a bit of the land. That could be useful. The only allies are Bandra and Luwu. So we'd then be able to fight both of those simultaneously. But did I... Yeah, no, we are in Manila. Okay, so that's fine. We'd go out and get these to Cebu. Upgrade the remaining ships. It's a little bit extra cash, but that's not too bad. We've got the heavy fleet over here, which I'm just going to go and put into enemy fleets in South China Sea as per usual. Oh, right, and the fleet build-up for Zanzibar is improving. So how much do we actually... Well, first of all, the pirates control a good 41% in there. And we are making how much money from that? Oh, it's only 13 ducats. So has the total number of the total value going through... That hasn't really dropped too much. And there's no privateers hunting us. Or, you know, there's no pirate hunting or privateer hunting there. So... Don't know. I suppose our efficiency has probably dropped a decent bit. From the various events that we had. Oh, Britain and Portugal are fighting. What's this? Oh, 13 colonial war for independence. Oh, interesting. I wonder if that will actually happen. They are definitely fighting. British Louisiana is not part of that, so who are you fighting? Britain, British Mexico, British Cascadia, British Columbia, Sweden, Venice, and Ottomans. Oh, that's gonna be a rough one. That might also be who's been seizing down the Portuguese areas over here. That would be the Ottomans. Most likely, anyway. Oh, so Kilwa is still... Well, they did lose quite a bit of territory over here for the... Well, to the Portuguese. But they haven't lost all of it yet. I do wonder... At some point we might want to conquer Madagascar, but that might be a bit expensive. But that would give us a bit of a jumping off point into maybe start raiding in... Cape of Good Hope? Maybe? I'm not entirely sure if we'd be able to do that, but there's a chance for it at least. I still need another 600... Well, another, I don't know... 260? 240? Yeah, 240 ducats to pay off the loan. And the inflation is currently going up because... Oh, right, we lost the modifier. Okay, so we may need to go ahead and spend some of the points to get the National Bank so we can keep the inflation in check. But right now, it is increasing fairly quickly. Now, we're also not far from the 1000 development, which is actually quite nice. Harsh life on the ocean. Oh, there's a lot of sailors gone. Because we are getting sailors... yeah, still, even with so many fleets out, we're getting almost 1,000 per month. So that's not too bad. We're going to have almost 100,000 total. But of course, since we use so much Marines, they are kind of needed. Hey, Waitaha's Liberty is down to 78% now. Good. As we get stronger, they get less and less Liberty desire. Now, how's Russia? They're fighting Manchu and Chu. Okay, I don't have claims on these provinces, though. Hey, there we go. Palu is now at 10 development, so we're going to cancel that colonist there. And let's figure out some other locations in here that would be close to another build slot. Or even just get to the 10 development first. I suppose Belitung wouldn't be too bad. That is already a 10. What about Linga? That is already 12. There's Binton. That is not too far off either, actually. You know what? Yeah, Binton could do. There's still got to be another... Well, it's currently travelling. Yeah, so we can get a bit more development that way. And Spain, you still want a peace deal? Nope, okay. If we were to reduce the... No, I do want to actually have these areas. I could maybe give these two away. Nah, you still want to take the peace deal. Okay, so we might just do another war in due time, but that's not going to be today because we are unfortunately out of time for this episode. So if you enjoy this, please like, subscribe if you haven't already. I'll show you the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.